Hey guys, how you doing? This is Marek from Epicode. Welcome to my channel. In previous video we created BB8 Droid in React Native with styled components. This time I would like to refactor our code and make the droid scalable. I will show you how to create dynamic styles by passing values in component properties and how to use styled components theme system. Let's get to it. Okay, so first thing to note here is that every component that looks like a circle has width, height and border radius with different size. So let's create generic circle component that will take the size from the property circle style view, and this is how we extract values from properties. We can use function that has access to all the component properties, so we can use it. And one thing to note here, I didn't mention it in previous video. You might be wondering why I'm using px values in React Native. Actually, in recent version of styled components, they made it required. So if you don't specify units, it will display a warning. So width, height, and the border radius equal to the half of the size. And now we can use it to extend our components that look like a circle. Let's start with eyes. We won't need this anymore. Same here. And also small eye and small eye detail. Now let's get to JSX. And we can pass the size just like we do it with any other property. Actually, it was 14. Yeah, oh, there's something wrong with small I. Let's see. It should extend circle, and here it is. So as you can see, it worked as it was before. Let's do the same with other circle components, body, and we pass the size. Also ring, it will be circle, remove this, fill, and specify size. Let's do the same with side rings. Actually, we won't need this at all because ring component has our size handling and fill. And as you can see, it worked as it was before. So now we could scale Droid by passing different sizes in component properties. So let's add body width property to our main component, and all the sizes will be relative to it. So let's start with body width. You can see the formula for calculations on the screen. So I will use calculator to make it faster. So this is for the head. Yeah, so we need to multiply body width by the ratio to get the correct size. So let's pass width to head. And now we need to use it also just like we did with circle, access function, and let's use it, and the border radiuses. And the last one. Oh, here you can see the warning because I forgot to add units. Let's quickly update it. And I will refresh to get rid of the warnings. Here it is. Oh, I will also change this to circle. I forgot it to do this before with join lines. All right, also body width here. And let's change default value to see if it scales. Yeah, as you can see, main parts scale, but we also need to change rings and eyes to be relative to the body width. And I will skip part where I actually do the calculations. You can do it on your own with the formula that's displayed on the screen. And you can also check the final code in GitHub repo that is linked in video description. So here's the final code, and let's see if it will scale properly now. Let's do it smaller, bigger, and here it is. So scaling work. So our component will fit different sizes of the screen. Okay, so now I would like to move some of the components outside of this file to make it cleaner, but as you can see, components use hard-coded colors, and it would not be convenient to move them and copy to other files. And this is where styled components theme system can help us. I will open main screen where our BB8 Droid is used, import theme provider from styled components, and wrap the main component with the theme provider. And I can pass theme. For now it will be empty object, and let's create a theme with values from the file. I can export an object with all the colors. Let's do it. Save, and now I can import it in the main screen and pass it to the theme provider. So now our components can access this theme in styles declarations. It will be similar to what we did with props. So we will now have theme as one of the properties. So we can just use it. I will quickly change all the places where we used colors with a color from the theme. Yeah, I think it's all the places. So now we can remove it, and our components are independent on those hard-coded values. So we can move them to other files. Let's create a file for head. I'll quickly add some imports, and now let's move all the components related to the head to external file. So here are styles and also part of JSX. We have naming collision. Let's change the name. of the default export, and also it will need body width and the calculated head. And yeah, we need also to create a file for circle component. We can export styled component just like any other component. So let's make a file for it, export default component. And now we can use circle component in any other file by importing it. Here it is. And we can also import it in the BB8 component. Let's save it. And now inside of main component, we can just import head component and pass body width to it. And here it is. Now we can do the same with the body. Let's create a file. Once again, some imports. And let's move styles. Import circle. And move the JSX. And also it will take body width. And we will need join line width here. Save it. And let's use body component in our main BB8 file. So here's the final result. BB8 Droid looks like it was before, but now we can scale it. And also the code is much cleaner, so it will be easier to add animations, which will be the next step. I hope you liked presented concepts of styled components. To be honest, I use them for all my projects because I find them very convenient. Remember, you can find the final code in GitHub repo, linked in video description. Next time, we will add cool animations and touch handling to our droid, so please remember to subscribe to my channel. See you next time!